In the mix. In the mix. In the mix.
What's good, everybody? You are now in the mix. It's your big dog, Kid 6, Chi-Town's finest Carlton, your dig, and your girl Leah, aka the therapist. This is episode 112. Alright?
112.
Come on, man.
We're gonna play some 112 today.
We're gonna have some peaches and cream for y'all. Alright? It's only right. And it's very fitting, especially for the week that we're having. You know, it's Love Week, alright? Valentine's Day and all of that good stuff. So we just tossing around nothing but love. Damn. I ain't get the memo.
I ain't get the memo.
Nope,
Yeah, I got red.
Alright, I guess that works.
You know?
Yeah.
I guess that works.
You
So
got
hold
one,
it down. Damn. I ain't even get why you ain't telling me that shit. Damn. And I got some. Well, you know, red is also in there too.
Alright,
What-
so you say
yeah.
it's that right.
But damn, I got black because you know my heart is black.
Like roses.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna wear my shirt that say "fuck love," but then I ain't
We're
want to
not
seem
gonna
like a
put that
hater.
out there, no.
You know. Nah, it's not fuck love, man. I love genuine good love. All right.
Genuine.
Yeah, genuine good
What's
love.
genuine good love?
Genuine good love, like you can tell it's real.
It's pure. It's not forced.
Yeah.
It's pure, not pure.
You know, and it doesn't have to be broadcasted on social media just because.
You know, I will say that I didn't see many Valentine's Day posts this year.
You didn't?
Not on my come on. I
Weren't you
usually
blocked?
see it. No, I'm not restricted. I'm restricted posts.
Yeah. Your girl Leah got restricted on
I
Facebook.
did. So I couldn't post and comment for one day, and I thought my punishment was over. But Facebook said nope, you not restrict your account for 26 days. So now I'm on 23, where I can't. I mean, I can post, but it's gonna be way down on these feeds. So unless you scrolling, you gonna.
Wait, so you can still see stuff, but
I can still see
so
stuff.
So
I
what's the
can
restriction?
So the restriction is okay. First, day one, I couldn't do anything.
Okay.
All right, so I thought that was it, but then it say your account is still restricted. So what that is whatever I post is at the bottom of the news feed. So usually when you post, it's normally gonna come at like the top,
Right.
but it's gonna come way down, so people won't have to keep scrolling to see the post. So it's like it's not really point to posting. Nobody really see it unless they scrolling to get to it.
Damn, that's crazy.
And some people had up to 90 days. I guess they gave me they said 26 days. I don't know how they figured the number, but I'm on 23, so I can't post. I mean, I can post, but it's not going to be normal until March, May.
You know what's crazy? Because when I made the post for the roundtable mix question of the day, it didn't show at the top. But I don't know.
Maybe because you're just not active on it like that.
Yeah, we're definitely not.
But
Like-
you're not, but I am.
So
You're not active on the mix page.
Oh, no, anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know,
no,
yeah. So
yeah,
I
no,
guess we
no,
got
no,
probably
no,
be a little more active on there. That's
Probably so.
Yeah.
So you know, we spreading nothing but love and joy, man. So shout out to all the black love. Shout out to all of that good stuff, man. Listen.
Did you seen a lot of posts?
Yeah, I mainly just seen a lot of people who are just like single and making it known. Like, all right, bro, we get it. Like, I don't know what's more desperate, the fact that like you make it known that you're single and you don't have a Valentine, or you're pressed to have a Valentine just so you can show something
Well,
on
why people
social
gotta make
media.
Valentine's like just that? Like it could be anything.
Because that's all they
Love
They feel-
yours.
Yes.
Because that's the only time that they really, like, I don't know, it's just very, very weird. I don't know. It's kind of like you go out and spend X amount of money to show this person that if you claim you love them, they should just be getting out on the regular, right?
Well, yeah, it's a consumer's day.
Exactly.
But most holidays are.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's just kind of like, why?
So why do we have Christmas?
I don't get hyped for Christmas anymore.
Well, you don't have kids either.
I don't.
Jesus was black. You know what I'm saying?
You know, but I don't know. Valentine's Day is just, it's a day for you to go broke and be stressed out.
But see,
Especially if you have multiple hoes too. That's another thing.
All right. Well, if anyone is celebrating and has celebrated, they don't have to go broke. You could do something light.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on your lady, because and I'm not even gonna say it for just. No, they say it's like the women's holiday, but we can do stuff for the fellas. There's same sex, whatever, Galentine's, all that good
Women,
stuff.
stop asking a freaking question every single year, fellas. What do y'all like? If you dating somebody or you know you should know what the hell men like. We like cologne. We like fucking fresh new boxers. Fresh new pair of Nike socks or something.
That's so generic.
That's not. How's that generic?
No, it's basics.
Yeah.
But I feel like they want something beyond the basic stuff, and they didn't know that.
What would be beyond? What, new bed sheets?
Some
Actually,
people take it
some
too far,
people-
though. Some people do take it too far though with the beyond and stuff that they want. My man's posted in the group chat. One of his mans, he got a girl some flowers. I think it was like 24 red roses, and she threw the flowers away because it wasn't the flowers like y'all know the joints that last like a year without water and shit like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like.
But
those
did
kind
she?
of
But did
flowers.
he know that and did what he wanted
She
to
didn't
do?
ask for anything. She didn't
Oh, okay.
request anything. He just was, getting her something. She just like,
Not that you should throw away anything, but I thought maybe she had asked for something different.
No.
And he gave
I'd
her
have
something.
threw away an uppercut at that ass for throwing them
He
flowers.
threw
In the mix don't condone violence.
He threw her away. Not literally, but she barbecued it out. He like, yeah, you smoke. Like,
Oh yeah, hell,
It
man,
was
yo,
just
yo,
a-
shout out to him. Yeah, cause
yeah,
what?
yeah, he barbecued.
I would appreciate that.
Ain't no, see, that's what I'm saying. You,
That's the point.
No, I feel like you, yes, the basics are necessary. What I mean beyond is really kind of tap into what your partner, beyond to what he likes, but what he can like appreciate, something that's near and dear, that's meaningful, that's of value.
Yeah.
Like anybody will go buy cologne, but you just gotta really like get to know your partner and be like,
I mean,
what they gonna
yeah,
appreciate.
certain
That's
things-
what I mean. I mean, that's how I guess you gotta also, that's how I gift, but you also gotta know who you're gifting and what they want. So
No, that's a fact.
if you want cologne, then go, that's fine.
Yeah, I know. For me, I'm very basic. I'm a simple ass dude, but yeah, like cologne.
But see,
or-
if you're not dating a simple chick, then she gonna want something more than just the basics.
she's gonna want something that she likes.
Right, so you gotta, that's what I said, so you gotta gift her what she likes.
No. What I'm saying is like if she wants to go out and gift me something, she's gonna gift it because that's what she likes. It's not because I like it. I've never mentioned it.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. That's how I think gift giving should go. You should gift the way that the person likes you to give, not the way that you want to.
Exactly, yeah. And I think sometimes you encounter folks who make it about themselves and not really like about you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I actually learned there's a difference between giving presents and giving gifts.
What's the difference?
I think with gifts, it's something that that person wants, and the present is something that you're giving to someone. That's what somebody told me, but
Wait, what is it? Say it again.
like presents is something that you want to give, and gifts is something that the other person wants.
Mm.
I don't know if that's what somebody told me. I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's what
Who
they
told you
said.
that?
And today's
It wasn't
message-
Facebook, so don't say
synonyms.
Facebook. I actually talked to someone, he said it's different between gifts and presents.
Male or
I don't
male or
know.
female?
Female.
Mm.
What?
I was just asking.
Look, I
You
just
was
sprayed
trying to
on
you was trying to keep it all secretive.
Well, how was I trying to keep it secretive?
Cause I was talking to somebody.
I mean, yeah, did I have to say, like, they don't know who I'm
Yeah.
talking to?
Yeah. We
I'm
need to
trying to ask
know.
somebody out. But
What's
yeah,
the name? What's her name?
point
Can't
is,
say her name because she restricted right now.
and I'm not telling
Put
people
your
why
ass
I'm
in the-
restricted.
They done put your ass in the slammer.
I did for
Oh no,
nothing.
you gotta tell them why.
Yeah. Tell them. Tell
So
the Mixxeners.
everybody knows that the whole Billboard, which is actually is what we need to talk about, the Billboard top 50 rappers, hit.
Okay.
And
We
I
can
was
talk
actually
about
surprised that they did give Nas number 3. I didn't think that they was going to rate him that high, but shout out to Billboard for that.
You doubted that they was gonna put Nasty Nas?
I knew that he would be top 10. I just didn't think he would be 3.
Mm-hmm.
Should have been 1, but Anyway,
Who's one? Go ahead and tell the people.
who else?
Say it. The people don't know.
Who else? You know?
People do know.
Say it. People don't know.
Jay-Z. Shout out to
Like,
Who's-
sound a little more enthusiastic when you say shout out to Ho.
No, because he's
No.
not older than me.
No, check this out. Who's two?
That one's a Kendrick. Like, that one just looked weird between the two. They just ain't want to spark the Jay-Z Nas debate. But dang, come on now. Kanye at 2? No. I love Kendrick though, but no. But anyway, we were, people were having conversations. I was talking to this one guy. It was late. And he was, talking about Jay-Z and talking about Nas. And then the one thing I said that got me on restriction was, go listen to one of Nas' songs that just so happened to have nigga in the title. I didn't spell it all out, but I guess Facebook must know what I was talking about. And they put me on restriction.
Put your ass on punishment. Put you
For
in
a
the
month.
slammer.
Damn.
You got a
I'm
PO?
like,
She got
I'm
a
just
PO.
going to do my bit.
You just do your bid. Keep it
That's
all the
it.
way. Keep it all the way. G.
See, this is what happens when then they say I'll go hard for my favorite rapper. I guess I did, but then it got me in the slammer. So,
Damn.
that's what it is.
That nigga don't love you because he ain't even get you off restriction.
And I'm gonna see him next week. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see Nas next week. So
we know. I hope you know the lyrics.
they already told you.
You know, guess what? Yeah, matter of fact, what day you leaving?
Friday.
Friday?
Not this Friday. Next Friday.
Next Friday.
24th.
Oh, the 24th. So that means that week when we pre-record.
I'm not doing no verse, okay?
You are. You have to.
I already did it. We not know.
When did you do it?
I showed y'all.
No, the Mixxeners need to see.
The Mixxeners believe in me, so they be right.
They-
Mixxeners.
they believe in you?
They do. They do.
Mixxeners. Let us know if you believe in Leah.
Y'all do.
And matter of fact, I'm gonna drop that on the page.
As much as they know I'm a super Nas fan, you know, I'm not J. Cole, I'm not gonna let Nas down. I told y'all that. And he ain't really let Nas down either, of course, you know. But
Yeah, shout out to Cole, man.
shout out to Cole. Yeah, what is disrespectful is they put him with number 15 on that list,
Yeah,
and Kendrick too. That is not the business, but okay.
They wildin' with that one. They definitely wildin'. But also shout out to our sponsors, Rich King Brand, and of course Wine O'Clock. You know, and it's still Black History Month, man. But you know, we celebrate being black every single day, every single month. You know, come on, man. That's how we
History
do
is
it.
Black history.
Oh, we
It's a
didn't
whole
tell
fact.
Mixon is that our round table, of course, because it's Valentine's Day. We talking about love today, you know. We're gonna get into it. You just said fuck love, but we know we actually talking about how to show love, because people often, again, they want love, they need love, they feel like they need to have it. But do you think people show love? That's what I wanted to know, because we talk so much about it, but you can't expect to get love if you don't show it. No, I said that too.
I mean, you can show love and still not get love.
Well, see, I feel like you can, but then these people don't deserve the love that you're showing, so maybe you don't need to show it to them.
You know?
But the ones who appreciate it, you'll get it back.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk. But no, I'm just saying, like, we have this culture surrounding, you know, I want love, but a lot of people don't even know how to show it to themselves or others.
That's very true.
So that's what we're gonna talk about today.
We diving into that. But before we get into that, we gotta talk about what you mixing up. And of course we gotta talk sports, right? So we have to talk about this NBA trade that went down last week before the trade deadline ended. All right, y'all, because a lot of trades that took place that just folks did not expect. All right, we're gonna talk about Kyrie because y'all seen him in his Mavs uniform. Yes, Kyrie Irving is a Dallas Maverick now. But what really caught people by surprise, because if you were sleeping and just so happened to wake up between 4 and 6,
seen some shit
before you even got on the crust and brushed your teeth, you saw that KD was traded to to Phoenix.
Yeah.
I don't know what time that trade took place. I woke up in the morning like, yo, what the So you got KD, Aiden, D-Book, CP3.
You're going crazy.
That's a nice little roster, but I still don't see them winning anything. I don't see them winning anything.
If they don't, I know who I'm going to blame.
Who you want to blame?
The point guard. And after him, I'm going to blame the shooting guard.
Man, listen, CP3 gonna go down without getting a ring for his career.
Hey,
I just see it happening.
great point guard, but I wouldn't be upset if he did.
You know, man. CP3, he a hoe. Shout out to Rondo for snuffing him too, yo. Shout out to that, man.
Rondo was a Laker when he did that, right?
Yep, he sure was. I loved every minute of it. And shout out to Nick because he was at that game too, ready to go off if anybody got close.
They had to tell him, man, chill. That's the Rockets, not the Bloods, man.
Yo, RIP to Nick, man. And then, welcome back to LA. D-Lo was traded back to the Lakers, along with Malik Beasley.
Hopefully they want to keep him.
Yeah, we're going to see what they do with that. We got rid of Patrick Beverly. We also got Mo Bamba.
Let me see how that goes.
The Clippers decided to trade John Wall back to the Rockets.
They let him go.
Yeah.
They bought him out.
So he's a free agent right now.
He should go back to DC.
Hey, you know, that's...
At least he get love there, and they can use himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Is he fully healthy?
I haven't...
Like, the couple games that I've seen him, man. But I also haven't seen him lately, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he be having, like, little like nagging and not even like bad injuries, but it's like we don't really need him like that anyway. So if you even sore, you can go ahead and sit out type
Right.
shit. So you know, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see, man. But you know, shout out to those trades. Oh, damn! And we actually weren't here when Braun broke the record.
Yeah.
So shout out to LeBron.
They really did stop the game.
They stopped the game.
They stopped the game.
But
Yeah, just to fucking lose, yo. Like,
But it's the weirdest thing ever to stop in the middle to do that just to end up losing.
and we was losing at that. We was losing at that when they stopped the
That's
game.
what I'm saying. Like, that's how you know if you're that guy where you're gonna stop a whole game when you losing.
I almost bet that he was gonna break the record the following game in Milwaukee.
I thought so too, bro.
Because
Like, I didn't think he was gonna play.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks.
That was
and he
only
played for the
fitting.
Lakers. So I was like, it would be perfect. But then I realized LeBron has been saying lately, like, he don't want to be playing for no reason. He wants to play to win. So I was like, if he actually wants to win the game that he breaks the record, it would probably be easier against OKC than Giannis.
And
And he was like, hey, here we go. I'm going for 38 tonight. Then still lost to them niggas.
Yeah, and you gave LeBron fans something to hold on to though.
They always got something to hold on to. They crazy.
They are. LeBron fans.
yeah.
I know one. I know one. Shout out to
Who's
you,
up?
Mel, if you watching. He is that guy. Is hardcore. When I say hardcore LeBron fan, I've never seen
stand
anything
them.
like it.
I
Can't stand it. You don't even know him, but no, it's
No, I
you
said
know.
I can't stand
Oh,
them type
well,
of fans. Like,
no, I was
hardcore
gonna
ones.
actually say if you were like that, it's okay because he is that hardcore fan. He will argue to the death.
Bron stands. Cowboy stands. Beyonce fans. And Nicki Minaj. I might put the Nicki fans in front of the Beyonce fans, but they are the worst. They are the most.
Yeah, actually, I would agree with that.
Yeah, extremely.
Intolerable. Oh my god.
Extremely.
Done for.
Like, I can't take
You know, the Cowboy fans are happy this weekend. We'll get into that too.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get into that. Might as well touch on it because, you know,
Let's
as
get it.
we all know, NFL season is officially over. The Super Bowl champs were crowned, 38-35. The Kansas City Chiefs. Congratulations to them. It was a hell of a game. Said that it had to come down to a bum ass pass interference call that the refs actually could have let go, but because they missed it earlier in the game, they had to call it. But that wasn't the only determining factor. You know, with Philly having that number one overall defense, it's just kind of like they let up in the second half. They definitely let up in the second half. And shout out to Jalen Hurts because he definitely was balling. He put that team on his back and did what he could. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say on his back because they was doing well. Like, they had the game going. But
The Eagles coverage was getting cooked.
they definitely were.
They was getting their ass. Really, the number one defense them niggas was getting cooked.
They definitely were. And Kansas City Chiefs defense, they was getting cooked too. But that second half, they just came out. More momentum.
My homeboy.
Yeah, shout out to that.
Put him on board. Play the clock.
Hell yeah, man.
Chess, not checkers.
You know, and then of course we had the halftime performance by Rihanna.
The big reveal.
You know, shout out to her and ASAP, baby number 2 on the way.
Some people are saying, man, why did she get pregnant again? The baby's only 9 months. I mean, why not?
Yeah, fuck it.
If she wasn't else, why did she have to wait?
People do with that. I never understand why people question what other people be doing with their bodies and when they want to.
I think they're just kind of anticipating her. I thought people were probably thinking this is her like the comeback. So this is
They want that.
They
They
want that. It's kind of like how we kept for years saying we want the old Kanye, but just had to realize we not getting the old Kanye.
Yeah.
We are not getting Rihanna like in the studio. The only time we got that was for Black Panther, her song,
Yeah,
and
she
that was
might have
it.
a couple features here and there over the years, but that about it.
That's we.
You know what? I think that's okay.
Like if Rihanna, I tweeted this the other day. I said if Rihanna was to announce that she's retiring,
I think people can
I would
expect
believe
that.
it.
Yeah,
I would actually believe it
Well,
because
I
you know
mean-
how these artists they say like I'm retiring and then 2 weeks later be
yeah,
coming out with
so,
music
yeah,
and
I don't
shit.
think she gonna retire like in that sense.
But I could see her retiring and be fine. She's good.
Yeah, she's fine.
Like she is perfectly fine.
We gotta talk about it. Everybody's
She's
talking
good.
about the performance,
She's
so we
good.
gotta talk about the performance itself.
I mean, yeah, the performance was in. Like you knew you was carrying, bro. You just because a lot of folks. I mean, she has hits. Rihanna has the hits.
People said she didn't play the hit she should have played too.
I mean, didn't she?
I think so, but some people feel like there were some other songs she didn't play that she could have touched on.
I put it to you like this: there were other songs she could have played that would have been bangers too. But I feel like all the ones that she needed to play.
I also think too.
Niggas wanted to hear "Kiss It Better" and shit. That's what they wanted.
They wanted her to take it. Some people said they wanted her to take it back to like Ponder Replay and all that. Like,
She's not gonna play Ponder Replay at the goddamn Super Bowl.
But I know, probably I believe that. But it was a hot song.
Yeah.
It was a hot song. It was nowhere near the caliber of
the other songs.
Any other song she played.
But did she when she signed to come on like to do the Super Bowl? I don't think she was pregnant at that time, so she got pregnant after she said yes.
I don't know how far along do y'all think she is?
Like 5 months maybe. She's
Nigga ASAP said.
And they only announced it like a couple months ago though, right? She could have been. Probably.
So people were saying like, all right, my take on it, was it a good performance? Shout out to we all know the drummer. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to the dancers. And like the cinematography. The setup, but that's about it.
Yeah,
I feel like I know people are saying because she's pregnant and we don't want to make comparisons, so we're not gonna do that, right? But I just think she shouldn't have done it. I feel like if I would just opted out, like just has it's a Super Bowl. People are expecting a very vibrant energy, like it's live. So to know that you can't give it your best, especially not being on the big stage for X amount of years, I just went ahead and did it. I wouldn't have made that be the comeback performance. Well, quote unquote comeback performance. It wasn't it.
She probably I don't know. I mean, granted. If she would have opted out, then you got to think about like who else you could get to replace her, and then of course, but then you also got to look at like the setups that they already had for it. Like they probably.
I feel like they had enough time though to know when she signed it to when she's pregnant. Like it's.
I feel like she signed a while after though.
Or maybe, I don't know. But I just couldn't.
I don't know. Well, for one, as good as she did perform for a pregnant person, I mean.
Yeah, I'll give her that.
Because I also feel like too, like yeah, we want to see a great performance. That always helps. But the music does like more than half the job. So she played a lot of hits. People enjoyed the music. They had a great time. She played the bangers. And the reveal of her pregnancy was like the showstopper.
I feel as though like everybody was more so talking about the pregnancy more than anything.
Her performance had more viewers than the game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because people were anticipating Rihanna coming back today. We seen it. We were like.
And so to that point, why wouldn't they have Rihanna perform, even if she pregnant?
No, I mean, to from a business standpoint, it worked, but from a fan standpoint, it's like, damn, it was a lackluster. I ain't part of Navy fans, so it didn't matter to me.
I mean, people. I felt like a lot of people once they realized that she was pregnant, the expectations of this stellar performance that they know she's capable of kind of went out.
Actually, to that point, you said that people said that Rihanna, somebody compared her to Jay-Z, like they're not, like you're not gonna get this like in your face type of performance, like you're not gonna. So when we was all getting on Stephen A. Again, I was too, and I still feel like he didn't have to say it in the context what he did.
He didn't have to say it at all.
He didn't have to say it at all.
So unnecessary.
But it is a difference in the performance that you're gonna get. That is true. But shout out to Rihanna for at least performing. She didn't
bring out no gas either. And she still held it down for so long.
She probably should have though, because we would have enjoyed it a little more. She could. We know somebody just to kind of like.
She marketed her Fenty shit too. She stopped in the performance, fixed her makeup.
Very, very, very creative. And she actually, they said her shit like Fenty went up like 833% that day.
I bet it did.
I used her primer and her like.
I bet it did.
What else do I use?
It worked for you.
Her highlighter. I love her primer. So actually, sometimes celebrities just be making stuff to make money, but this stuff is so lackluster, and you can get better stuff for like.
It be working on you?
Shady.
You're so corny.
Shady after that.
I like her primer. So shout out to Rihanna for her makeup is working. She ain't gotta do music. It's cool.
You know what? Speaking of gifts, because you said if somebody wanted to give me a gift, she got Fenty boxers for men. I would actually like a pair.
Y'all hear that, ladies? So you hear that? Go get kids some Fenty boxers.
That's it. I gotta see what colors they got.
I've never seen them.
You gotta get the silk ones like Uncle Elroy.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get them. But I'm just gonna lounge
With the
around in the
robe.
crib.
I'm telling you. Like Uncle Elroy.
Hell yeah, man.
But yeah, so that was my take with the performance.
Okay.
But you know what? I see what the whiteys are saying. They are over it. They are over Jay-Z, and they want some different performances now. So I see somebody say Taylor Swift, Metallica, who else? Like they're sick of this. Right?
Nobody trying to see no damn Taylor Swift.
That's how a lot of people are from TikTok. You know she did Ticketmaster, bro. She shut Ticketmaster down.
No, what I'm saying.
Oh, you mean us?
Yeah, I ain't
They
trying
just
to see no
want
I
Taylor
like
Swift.
Taylor. I ain't gonna lie. I like her.
Name 3 of her
I mean, I'm
songs.
not saying I listen to music like that, but I do like her. I said I like her.
Oh, alright.
But there are people
Who
who
like who? Taylor Swift?
yeah, I like Taylor Swift.
Why you like her?
I think one thing I like about Taylor Swift, she shows a lot of love to other artists. I think it's genuine.
No, so because she
I
does
put that on Facebook under a post. I got like 200 likes. But
So
people
that's
agree.
why you like her?
yeah, I think she's sweet.
Was it white people
I mean,
like
from
her
what I
post?
see, no, it was under a Courtney hip hop post actually. Cause she was kissing Lotto or whatever. And that's what made me say I always feel like I see Taylor like when she at award shows, she's
We're
always
gonna put
standing
your ass
up.
on punishment for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, people agree though. She did be showing love to the other artists. What we talking about? You gotta show love to get it. You can't be out here expecting love if you don't show none.
It don't cost nothing to show you love, nigga.
Okay.
So yeah. But yeah, people would love to see Taylor Swift for Super Bowl.
I wouldn't. I'll definitely cut that shit right off.
I ain't gonna lie. That performance probably would be ass.
I don't think so. She is the way she touring right now, making money, selling out shows.
Again, like I said, the music do half the battle. Have you seen her perform?
Yeah, people love her.
I know they love her, but have you seen her perform?
No, how does she perform?
It's not like.
Friday
So
night.
people like her that because what you saying they going to see her and not just her
That's
performance.
like I
Because
said.
for her to be
music-
shutting down Ticketmaster the way
the
she
music
did
does
is
more
working.
than-
It's
more
in
than-
Vegas next year.
It do more to battle.
We should go. And the mix should go.
You gonna pay for that ticket? You got it unless you gonna treat?
Nah.
Cheap. You got like $2 grand. That nigga probably cost about $4 billion ago.
Probably more than $2
Probably
grand.
more than $2 grand. Right the way you take it, yeah.
I ain't gonna front end in Vegas.
But who would y'all like to see perform?
I don't know. Everybody kept talking about since it's in Vegas next year, Usher. That shit would be dope.
Now Usher would be a great candidate.
That would be dope.
for Super Bowl.
That would be dope.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I do want to go to one of his what is it, residency like.
I know some people that way. They said they enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, he's a great candidate.
Yeah,
Usher,
that would-
you can come on down.
That would definitely be dope.
Hey, rappers.
I'd like to see Cole.
Think Cole could rock a Super Bowl?
What? Think.
Don't get me wrong, I love Cole. I mean,
Cole
maybe.
could definitely.
Cole would be great to see.
Hell yeah.
Y'all
Y'all want like to see
The white
Kendrick
people gonna
at Super
complain
Bowl?
about that. Kendrick
Kendrick,
gonna be ready to
of
see
course
both.
I
I could see him there though. More than
White
Cole,
people gonna be
actually.
mad at both of them.
Mm-hmm.
White people sick of it. They said since 2019, and this is what I read. Since 2019, when Jay-Z got on board, these performances have been, except for last year, have been garbage.
What
Have
was the
been
ones
black.
before that?
Was the one with Weeknd? Wait, was that before Jay-Z? I think that may have been before Jay-Z.
They had
Yeah, I think that was before.
They had more white people before. Just put it
Right.
in layman's term. They've been
Yeah,
trashed
see the
because
black people.
they've been trashed because they haven't been white.
Hell yeah.
You know.
Who are some of your favorite Super Bowl performances though? Now thinking about
Come
it,
on now. We know what number one is. That man went up there and stood there for like 3 minutes and didn't move, and niggas was faint.
They had him number 9. It's a list,
They had him number 9.
and everybody was like, "Are you
Wait,
lost?"
who was number one? It was probably Justin Timberlake and Janet.
I got it.
Oh,
No, they were
They
on
was
there.
number one.
I gotta try to
Crying.
find this.
yeah.
Hey, you know, Titty gonna move the rankings.
People are so annoying with that. Like they did way too much with that.
They
were
did.
so
They definitely
annoying
did.
with
They
that.
definitely
Never seen a
did.
titty before.
Right, like they
Yeah,
was just
they did too
overboard
much.
with it.
But as you get in there, Aaron, like we will hope to see her. Like I said, shout out to Rihanna. It was great to see her. She looked beautiful, and congratulations to her with the pregnancy. But we definitely want some artists next year is really going to come and rock the Super Bowl stage.
Yeah.
Because we want a good performance. Like I said, a lot of people don't watch football, but they want to see the performance.
Yeah, I'm about to say because I'm on the other side. the performance is like a bonus.
Right.
Did y'all know that was never even a thing until like 1990?
I don't know.
For
Like
real?
a Super Bowl performance?
See, they want to know that they're smart. They know they're going to bring more viewers in just for that.
That was part of
And the
it was-
commercials.
So really, the backstory of it, and this is crazy, I just freaking thought about this again on the spot. In Living Color. In Living Color, when it was a Super Bowl back in like 1990, they had like their own Super Bowl show. And they had like black artists and stuff performing, and they literally had like a live showing up. So they like purposely premiered their episode with live performances during the halftime show. Like they had a timer on it. It was like, the game starts back in 15 minutes, whatever. They had people performing, and they got a whole lot of views. Like a lot of people was like, yo, this is live, this is lit.
That's
and
dope.
the NFL looked at that and was like, oh shit, what if we had them come to the actual game and perform at halftime? And then right after that, they went and grabbed the GOAT, and he came out there and stood there for like 3 minutes, and then in slow motion took his sunglasses off.
Hey, yo.
And then everything went crazy. They had Prince number one.
Oh, yeah, everybody they talked about that performance.
It's from Billboard though. There's another list that's actually a lot better.
It's
Where MJ is number one.
Of course.
All
But
right.
from Billboard they have
Okay.
Prince
We're
number one.
gonna keep seeing though, man. But shout out to Reese. She was definitely looking amazing. Broke my heart. Ain't nobody tell her to get pregnant again. But it's all good. I'm just glad with her outfit, she ain't had them goofy ass big red cartoon shoes.
Oh, yeah, so what's going on with that? The only person who I seen actually made it look good, and I'm not surprised, is Emily. Fat Emily.
She made it look good. Them
The
boots.
boots, the red ones, yeah. She actually looked cute. I wouldn't wear them, but she made it.
These shits are so
She made
They
it look
say
good.
it's hard to get off. Somebody had to cut theirs off.
I feel like if I see somebody with them on, like walking down the
Like, I be
street,
trying
I
to
just
sell
want,
it.
I want to push them and
I
just
be
see what
trying like
happens.
everything sell it to us, and some people be like, "Hey, I want to be a part of the Joneses or keep up." So
Them shits is ugly as hell.
they supposed to be. Now see, when we was clowning Kanye with his boots, now look, see he's a trendsetter.
We clowning them too. Shit.
Boot rocking ass.
Yeah,
It look
It's
like a
literally a
balloon.
mold. Like they just poured stuff in a mold.
Yeah.
Just,
It's like a balloon.
Did y'all see Coy Lorraine and hers? Like a bootleg one of her.
Look, she
Like
she
you.
could barely move during her performance.
That
So
shit is a
she's
social
walking up?
experiment.
Yeah, at the Brooklyn Nets game.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's a social experiment just to let us know that people really just be doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it works.
You
You can
can
see
do
that
anything, and
psychology.
then it's gonna be a lot of hype about it, and then next thing you know, you make a lot of money off of it, and everybody get a chance to look stupid but
Yep.
different,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody's like, oh, happy, then they go about their life.
Hell
Rocking
yeah.
these fat ass boots.
Now if they paid y'all wearing.
If they paid,
They
What
paid
I
y'all
look-
$1,000 with y'all wearing.
$1,000? That why
Okay.
I look like no
You want rock
for $1,000?
Yeah, no tax.
Hell
I mean
no.
tax free.
Nah,
We see you
you
would
got to give me more. $1,000.
they definitely can give me more.
just for a day.
They can definitely give me more.
$1,000.
I was about to say, is
If
this
they
for a
give me a band
picture?
for it, yeah, they give me.
Now you got
Or
to
like,
you
I
just
gotta
got rock
wear
for the
them.
day, and then you
Nah.
get you a stack.
20
I'll put it
stacks.
to you like
20
that.
stacks you day worth, but then you ain't getting that.
They might. If I
20,
if I'm right,
2,500.
20 for no. What the? This ain't no.
It's one
This ain't no
day.
stimulus check.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
give me a band.
They gonna have to pay
I'm
me.
not saying, I'm
But
But
taking
Aaron,
it.
was you? I'm wearing it for 25. Tax free.
I can see you doing that.
Give me that
You know,
25.
you know how much groceries are right now? I don't want to wear those shoes
That's
right to
something-
the grocery
yeah,
store.
It's something like
I'm
really.
gonna make a reel on Instagram the day in these boots.
But there are dudes that are wearing them too.
Fuck
They
that.
foolish
Listen,
too.
I'm gonna make whatever $2,500 they give me. I'm gonna make a reel and turn that into 20,000.
So let me ask you,
I'm
y'all.
gonna get- I'm
The
gonna get a
minimum
million
is
views.
20,000 to wear the
No,
book?
I'm
Oh,
saying,
okay.
however, I'm saying if you said 1,000, I'm taking 1,000 and I'm gonna market that shit a day in these boots. And I'm gonna be doing all kind of shit in these boots. My reel, I'm gonna put it on YouTube, TikTok,
Oh,
Instagram, like
oh,
shit.
yeah.
With millions of views.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
I'm gonna make that 20K off the reel, and then I'm gonna throw them goddamn. I'm gonna use them boots to put plants in around the crib or some shit.
Yeah, them shit's ugly as hell, man.
Fat boot rocking ass.
Crazy, man. Moving on to some news. Sending our prayers out to Michigan State University, man. So apparently there was a active shooter on the campus. 3 were killed and wounded 5. And they found a letter where he planned to go to New Jersey to Ewing Public Schools. The active shooter's name is Anthony Dwayne McCrae. He's 43. He's part of the black and brown community, y'all.
You said it with such sadness.
Cause why?
Say they're not repertoire.
Why? And then of course, you know, he executed himself, shot himself, which is only right because I mean, you wasn't gonna make it out of that alive. But it's just like, why? What was the purpose of this? It's just sad, man. It's very, very sad. And then, so if in class he dropped something, I believe Delicious, her niece, is a student at Michigan State, but she hasn't heard anything from her niece. So just praying that, you know, her niece wasn't involved in that as well. Because that's
Well,
always
somebody commented and said R.I.P. Niecy, so I think she was one of the victims.
Oh.
She pinned the comment, so.
Oh wow, that's extremely sad, man. It's just why, like it's just a big question. Why? What is the reason behind it? It's just crazy because I feel as though damn near, if not every month, every other month, we are, you know, reporting a killing at a school.
Yeah.
It's because, man, they know
There's
they
been
need
so
to-
many like shootings, and we're only not even March yet. Not even
Right.
there, well.
It's just, it's sad, man. It's extremely ridiculous. You know, it's a good thing he took himself out because he wasn't going to last in jail. That's for sure. And them cops, they definitely would have took his ass right out. But, you know, burn in hell. No sympathy for this man at all. It's just ridiculous, man. You know, you go to school to enjoy life, have a good time, learn. But then it's just like you have to worry about what if, you know, and not even just in college, but also in high school, in middle school, because you know these little kids are getting their heads on guns.
As young as 6.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like you, it's like you can't feel safe anywhere.
Shit like this used to be an irrational fear, and now it's become rational.
Yeah.
Because it's like the chances of it happening by number is still a low chance, but it's the fact that it happens anywhere, at any random ass moment, and you never know. It could be you or a loved one, a sibling, any family member, friend, young or old, whatever. Like, it's just ridiculous.
And the crazy part is that I feel as though something like this is actually happening every single day. We just only hear about the big name areas, right? Or big name schools and whatnot. But shit like this can be going on right now in somewhere in Idaho,
Right.
you know, Wyoming. It's like random areas. Mississippi, you know damn well what's happening every day out there.
Mississippi.
I'm not down there.
Oh, what is this thing with Mississippi? What is your thing with Mississippi?
Mississippi, they just.
What do you know? I would be like, have you even been? And you talk about these people with it
Nah.
exactly.
You
Like,
know what? Let's make a trip. Let's go to
stop
Mississippi.
picking on them.
Let's go to Mississippi.
So you could, the state can show you exactly why you be saying what you say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
So
been to
we need-
Mississippi before.
Hell yeah.
Are you gonna, is it what he thinks it is?
I was a young kid, but
You to make that clear.
yes, it is exactly what he think it was. Like,
I guarantee whatever airport that they have, as soon as we walk off, you gonna see a bunch of white motherfuckers
Jackson.
looking at us.
You back on that plane, there.
There
Right.
are black people live in Mississippi, guys.
They were trying to get away, but they just couldn't.
They live where they let them live.
Facts.
I just remember when I went to Mississippi when I was a kid, I had some chicken, and they killed that chicken right in front of me, and then we ate it. I couldn't believe my eyes, and I saw a snake, and I think I saw an elephant, but don't quote me. No, I was on the farm.
Oh shit.
I was legit on the farm. Like when I went there, I stayed on the farm, and I left my freaking Iron Man toy down there.
Damn.
That's how I remember that trip.
R.I.P. Iron Man.
I might have been 3 for something like that. We took the freaking train from Chicago to Alabama to Mississippi.
I got family.
Yeah, that's what
My great grand was born.
Okay.
She was born out there.
Alright.
Her parents moved to Chicago, but yeah. So they went down there on the farm. They showed me the chicken, and then next thing you know, they showed me what looked like a bag of blood and feathers, and I didn't really know what the hell it was until it was dinner time. And they was like, "Yeah, remember your friend you made earlier? He tastes good, though."
Hey yo, I'm crying, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
They literally like that. I literally woke up to like the chicken's cock-a-doodle-doo, and like this shit's crazy.
that is insane, man. Moving on to more news. So of course we've reported about the brutal attack by the Memphis police on Tyree, and
So the update?
So of course, like we've all been hearing about how one of the officers had snapped photos of Tyree after the brutal beating. You know, we feel as though that this attack was personal, right? And then of course it also came out that 3 of the officers were members of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and you know, the fraternity also issued a statement. Who, them 3 officers?
Yeah.
Hell no. I didn't even know that. Like, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have thought that they were a part of it. I'm not gonna believe it until like there's.
Oh, okay.
You know, just because you wear something
I thought
like.
you were gonna look at them. Like,
Yeah, like
you got a pressing on. There's some of these
it's a
people.
lot of niggas that be perfect, yeah. And you know, Omega Psi Phi did issue a statement and then also revoke their membership as well. And you know, granted, if you're going to carry that energy, and I say this because being the member, you know, you see a lot of things as you get older, right? And now, granted, shout out to them for doing that. But if you're going to strip away, you know, revoke memberships of folks who do something like that, make sure you carry that same energy when you hear about, you know, folks who are representing our organization and out here raping women, out here doing things to give, you know, beating women, who are giving us a bad rep, just certain things like that. Keep that same energy across the board. Don't just do it because folks were speaking out on it and you had to go out there and speak about it, and then it's just kind of like, okay, you know, because they're making this an issue, let's just go ahead and revoke their membership. Make sure you carry that same energy, that same energy, all right? Just because I'm a part of this fraternity doesn't mean I condone a lot of things that, you know, a lot of the men that are a part of the fraternity do, all right? Because I hear a lot of things, and it's also just because I don't have to consider you my brother either.
Right.
I don't agree with a lot of things. So, and those are some things I do not agree with. So, carry that same energy across the board, no matter what. That's all I'm going to say. Moving on from some news, going on to entertainment. Now, of course, we didn't get to cover the Grammys as well.
So I watched did y'all watch it or you seen clips?
I'm not going to front. I didn't watch it. I seen, because something else was on that day around the same time. So
That was a Sunday, right?
yeah.
I think it was the NFC and AFC championship.
Yeah. So it was during the NFC and AFC championships. Yeah, it actually was.
Something. I think it was a game. That's why I said I can't know what game.
Sunday? This is last Sunday?
No, I think it was the Sunday before. Yeah. So yeah, I did not get to watch it. I saw people tweeting and making their tweets about it and everything, but I was just watching the games.
Whole.
Okay, so give us your
I
take.
never really watched the whole 3 hours though.
I didn't intend to, but I knew the one performance I wanted to watch was towards the end. Actually, two, because I wanted to see Khaled and Jay-Z and Wayne and Raw. So those are two. It's typically at the end. But no, the Grammys was really. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this. I can't believe it, but I enjoyed it.
I can't believe that's coming out of your mouth too.
Why? Because it's the Grammys.
Nah, because you know you're very critical.
I know I am. That's true. But I can say that I enjoyed most of the performances than not. And I was entertained, especially of course for the celebration of hip hop, which is what I wanted to watch it for.
That's why when I say like I didn't see the whole thing, it was on purpose. There's certain shit I'm like, oh, this coming on turn.
But see, I didn't want to miss this. I felt like I had to watch the whole thing. I didn't know what they were going to like place it. I knew it was probably going to be like super early, but I didn't think it was going to be as like late in the night. And I'm like, dang, it's getting later and later. I'm like, dang, I gotta watch this whole thing. But it was well worth.
Your grandma on the bed.
No, I actually be up, but I didn't want to watch the whole Grammys, but it shocked me, so it was good. But the performance was amazing. I know it was some critiques as far as like they couldn't get everybody. There were some people. Willie D is so tight. He tight with Scarface. He tight with Questlove. He probably and really shout out to Questlove and Massive Hill. You know. And
okay?
yeah, said that. You know, people were like, you know, Jay-Z put that together. No, Jay-Z just sat his ass in the audience. Shout out to the people who actually did put it together. Nas is a part of that. Okay. But yeah. So, but you know, they couldn't get everybody. But what do y'all feel about that? Like, there were certain people that were there representing for their group. Like Meth was there. Obviously, they ain't gonna bring all 8 Wu members, but they got Meth. They got Scarface.
Well, 9 now.
Well, 9 was the 9th one.
It was 10 when they added a 10th member back in the 90s.
Oh, Get Capadon, okay.
And then we also know, rest in peace.
Oh, yeah, ODB.
So
right.
Mm-hmm.
So, but some people was like, nah, if you're going to have one person, you need to have the other there. I mean, Salt and Pepper was there together. Who else was there? All of the Locks was there. So it was certain group members that were there. So what did y'all think about that? Like,
I didn't watch it, so I can't even really give my
so
take
Scarface
on it.
came, but obviously Willie D wasn't there. He was, you know, in interviewing saying like, I should have been there. I should have had an invite. Y'all just gonna fight Scarface. I assume they just got the guy who's more popular of the two.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to try to do. I mean, again, this is the Grammy, so it's more so.
But they just didn't get Jadakiss. Everybody was there.
So the guy that's the most popular of the two between Scarface.
I mean, that's how I think for people who know, Scarface had his own, you know, solo career outside of, you know. So I think that's just what I'm assuming. I don't know if that's how they got who they got to do the performance, but I think they did a good job for only 15 minutes of a performance. But a lot of people are unhappy.
I mean, for them to have the Locks too, but the Locks are like they're still very relevant. Like they've been relevant for years.
Even still to the point, like it's like if you take into account other stuff like the fact that even if you want everybody, even if the fans want everybody, you may not be able
but
to. But
LL said that. He made it clear that they couldn't get everybody, so you know they got
mad
what they did. I think they did a great job.
Because they didn't get somebody that they couldn't get. That sounds like that's a personal problem. And then even still to the point, like you said, look at how much time they had. It's not a full-on concert. This is a performance.
That's what should have did the Super Bowl.
I mean,
actually,
they could.
I think that would have definitely just flipped it. Rihanna could have did Grammys and they could have did that, but
that should have been either way. But if you think white people would have been mad at Rihanna,
oh, they definitely they couldn't handle all of that.
They wouldn't have watched the rest of the game.
We didn't sign up to look
They definitely would not. But they would turn that right off the minute they seen that. Like, don't worry,
that's already 2 black quarterbacks.
Absolutely not.
We gotta watch niggas take over the league.
They think niggas are taking over
everything.
They're
gonna break their TV down.
Hell yeah.
But no, it was overall. I think they did a great job. And I mean, you know, Lil Baby and Glorilla changed the whole energy. This kind of shows a shift of hip hop, a significant shift in hip hop.
I was about to say, because that part right there, I am so glad that it happened because everybody needs to see. Like, remember now this happens to an extent every time hip hop makes an evolution because the only thing constant is change, you know. And so even like when hip hop kind of switched to like gangster rap, like in the late 80s and the 90s, it was people that was critical of that. Even when it kind of switched to the form of hip hop, when people was like, we want to party to hip hop music, we want to dance to hip hop music, people was critical of that. Then even when it was kind of hip hop music where people was like, I don't really want to curse or talk about negative stuff, but I still know how to rap and I want to rap. People was critical of that. Then when it went to like other forms, we moved early 2000s, like people was critical of Nelly and people was critical of crunk music and the whole
yeah, people still critical of Nelly. They say Nelly, but
he had his era, but that's a part of the evolution. People was critical of ringtone rap with Snapping Dancing and the Soulja Boys and the franchise and Down for Life and all those things. And then it was critical of people be critical of the drill music. People be critical of. It's always some kind of form where it's gonna be critical. So taking that into consideration, still, you can see there's a very big contrast between like what we can most people can deem as the core of what hip hop music is to the way that it's ended up, and that Like when people's like, yeah, they wait, what the fuck?
It was even when some of the white people in there was getting down to a little baby came on. They was like,
they were not even trash, but the difference, it's a very big difference. It's very, very.
I was
big
all
difference.
hyped about
song
it.
choice. He could have
did something, but it just was just yeah.
It changed the whole.
It did. People
So
were
I'm
hyped
saying,
to like,
The
oh,
whole
they
crowd
just.
was like,
All right.
I was so you know how you all hyped up in your living room, then you hear you like, damn, this. You know he got to, shout out Lil Baby for real, but it
they
definitely
missed
did.
the whole gap.
They did miss a whole gap between like 2003 to like all the way to whenever. When was his like freshman era?
Lil Baby.
The only song that I know was 2018.
60. So they missed a
Like
huge.
16.
But see, here's the people who don't they could have got but don't mess with the Grammys. There's the Drakes and the Nicki Minaj and
That's
the
why
Cole.
Jeezy. That's why I said there's certain
and
people
all
that
them they could have.
that they was
Right,
not just
Jeezy
wasn't
is
going
not
to do
going
it.
to do it. They missed that big chunk right there, but.
Hell
They
yeah.
did the best they could.
But they did
yes.
the best they could, and you're absolutely right. I'm typically critical, so the fact that I said like, "Yo, it was a dope performance," I was super hyped. It was.
And shout out to Beyonce.
Shout out to Beyonce, yes.
Earning the most Emmy Awards. Artist, so shout out to her. And then Grammy Awards, and then shout out to.
Shout out to Kendrick. I mean, he did get the best rap album. You should have seen that. There's faces like hell. I don't know why you thought you had a chance to win, or Jack Harlow. Like,
Because God did.
Yeah, he definitely thought Cole was
God
going.
did.
You know.
Right, yeah.
But shout out to the performance too. They ended the show.
Okay.
And you know what? Jay-Z, I'm gonna give him his credit. Like even though he sat his ass there for the whole verse, he rapped the entire verse. And one thing I do like about Jay, he memorizes. He has a good memory. It's very rare you see him rap a verse and he doesn't remember what's like missed lyrics. He's pretty smooth with it. So shout out to the performance. Lil Wayne still has a few dreads.
How many?
I'm gonna say a cool 7.
7? Like 7?
Yeah, he still got.
No head.
Who's 7?
Damn, they hanging.
Yeah.
They hanging on.
I hate the fact that it was auto-tuned in that verse because I think he had a dope verse. I just hate the
He
auto-tune.
didn't even have auto-tune.
Yeah, really didn't.
You guys, y'all gonna have to play it after because he was definitely had the auto-tune
gonna
with
have
the
to-
I ain't gonna
performance
lie.
and the song.
He might have had it in the performance.
In the song.
It wasn't in the song.
Nigga was probably in the performance. You know.
It was even worse with the performance.
He's probably on his lane. He's fucked up.
Hey,
He don't do lean no more.
I'm gonna keep it
He's
down.
high on something.
Future stop doing that.
He relapsed.
Did he relapse?
Yeah,
That's
so,
sad.
yeah.
Well, hopefully Future did because he was talking against it. But overall, I like the Grammy. Some other performances that like Harry Styles and I like Sam Smith. Like some
And
other
then
people.
Viola Davis.
Oh yeah, Viola Davis. Shout out to her. She got the EGOT.
EGOT.
She's an EGOT now.
Shout out to her.
Been a legend. Always a legend.
Shout out to
She is so worthy of EGOT.
the best new artist, Samara Joy. Yeah. So if you're into jazz, shout out to that.
Okay.
Do y'all wanna like, you know, take the rule and spank the hand of Chris Brown?
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. See, Chris, I'm looking right in the camera.
You looking down now?
This why they don't really rock with you like that because you just be doing the most on social media. Like, I get it. You want to drop 40 plus albums.
I think that's what it. I think that's the problem that he's missing. Nobody is asking for X amount of songs from him
We're
like
not.
that on an album.
'Cause
I know I'm not.
Nobody's trying to get. See, you seem to be getting through these
No,
albums.
I
Takes
mean,
like somebody 10 days.
It took me
I
2
get
years
through
to
it.
finish Indigo.
I get through him. It's just the fact that I understand why he does it though. Chris Brown makes a lot of different kinds of music, and there are a lot of people that are fans of all these different kinds, and he tries to please all of his fans
We don't
every
have to
time
do
he
that.
makes
Nah,
an
and
album.
that's cool. We appreciate that, but
So he just like, if it's 40 songs, it's like 7 songs for this crowd, 7 songs for them.
then the nigga want to give a deluxe edition. So we already got to deal
Deluxe.
with 40,
That's what he
and then
did.
an additional 10. So that's 50
Additional
tracks.
Here's my thing with Chris though. Like I get it, bro. You feel like you probably the king of R&B, but you can't go around disrespecting other artists you don't know.
He apologized too.
He did apologize.
We gotta
His
put that.
apology, I'm gonna give him credit. His apology is a little backhanded, but
course, he
you
wanted to
know,
Us PR was probably like on his ass, like, come on, bro.
because you can't disrespect. How you don't know who Robert Glasper is? I get some of us don't know, but you are in the industry, and Robert Glasper. I mean, he worked with the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Like, come on, like, how do you not know who the man is? Like,
When I first seen his comment, I didn't, and I could be wrong. I didn't take it as he literally didn't know who he was. I took it as a, like, you know, one of those when it's like, who is he compared to me type of shit.
Oh, maybe he could have meant that too, but either
that's what I
which
thought.
way,
Just because I was like,
don't
there's
sleep
no way
on black radio.
there's no way he don't know who this person is. There's too many people around him that know who that
But
is.
no,
Yeah,
actually,
that's
he
why I was
did mean it literally. Why? Because in his apology, he said, "I researched you, and you're actually pretty dope."
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah,
So
yeah,
he
that's
didn't
right.
know. I'm like, damn, Chris, you need that much fucking
That,
on your drugs that you
initially,
don't know.
that's how I took it. But
And that's not a bad way to
yeah.
interpret it.
But
it's
also
like,
too, you
I was
have,
wrong.
but
Nigga
the
know who
thing
he
is
was.
that you have some artists who really don't pay attention to other, like, I ain't gonna front,
I
like Lil Wayne stated that
Oh, yeah,
he does not listen to any
So
other
I guess
artists,
it's like
so
one
he
of
don't know
those
who
things
people
with
are.
like artists where like, you know how you graduation day, like 4 years have passed, you see these people they call like, I don't know who that person was. I ain't never seen them day in my life. But you would
It's like
think
that.
in the industry though, and it's because it's like urban though. He works with
The industry
Robert
is
Glass works with urban artists.
the industry is fake.
Yeah, you're right.
The industry is fake.
But beyond that, though, don't be disrespectful. Chris was very disrespectful. Like, so I'm glad that he apologized because he was like making even jokes saying like, "Oh, I should like get a harmonica," like, because you know Robert Glasper is actually a musician. Like, he plays real instruments, and I think that's what the Grammys is all about too. That they want to still hear the traditional like song lyrics, you know, instruments, things like that. That a lot of the music we make, they don't have that. So that's why we're thinking like.
Yeah, because we
Not gonna
keep
get
sampling
those-
shit and making TikTok fucking songs.
That's not gonna get you a Grammy. So yeah. Oh wait, speaking of that, shout out to Lizzo. She got a big one. She
Oh, yeah,
snagged
she
record
did.
of the Lizzo.
Pause.
How you gonna pause for Lizzo? I mean,
You said
she
she got
snagged
a
the
big
big
one.
one, but she's a female, so I guess it will be paused, right?
I guess for you.
Yeah, shout out to her because you know people, the song of the year, record of the year, album of the year. Those are like the big. It's like one more.
That's dope, man. Shout out to
So
Lizzo.
shout out to Lizzo for that.
Shout out to Lizzo, man.
She gave a great acceptance speech too.
And she had a great performance.
Yeah.
I heard
She
her
had a
performance.
great
I heard her
performance.
performance was everything. See, now I think that's what a lot of folks want to hear.
You owe Lizzo apology for 3 years ago talking about her 5XT.
And
She was doing a lot of better this time now.
I will not go back on the apology because she shouldn't have shown up to a Lakers game with her ass cheeks out in that T-shirt. But shout out to her for those awards and everything. Now that's good. That's what people want to talk about. They don't want to talk. We don't care about your weight, all of that, none of that.
Actually, she's been looking great. Then she lost a bit of weight.
She's
actually.
glowing. She got a man.
She got a man. See what you mean? That's love.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to her. But she's not doing the most being extra. She's not being like all depressed and crying like, you know, I
Because that
something's
shit was
working for
annoying.
her.
That shit was annoying.
I love that much more for her.
I love it for
me
her,
too.
so I'm
Like,
very happy
why
where
you trying
she
to fucking
is.
hear all that shit? Go do some music. You're an artist. You're
Now,
talented.
what I did not like, because I think now it makes sense, they were doing all the Beyonce talk just to not give her album of the year. It was way too much. Oh, Beyonce this, Beyonce that, Beyonce. Just as it was just too much with that. Like I think they was kind of like on this apology for her already. Like we already going to give you the little. We gonna make history for you. Gave those little 2 awards, and then that's it.
Yeah,
Like the Queen has arrived, and this and that. Like
she
really
would've
hyping it.
smoked
Just to,
everyone. She really would have smoked everyone. She would have left the Grammys with like every Grammy that she was
I mean,
nominated for.
she was nominated for 9, but she walked out with 4.
Like
out of 9.
she would have smoked everyone. So you know that, but it
It
is
is
what it
smoked
is.
home in the water.
Mhm.
4 times now.
But I like
Good.
her style. So
But they ain't gonna see her again next year. So
She
shit's stacked about.
Well, here's the thing with the Grammys. They gonna do what they do.
Listen,
And
man,
it's-
we know.
There's some traditional music that they still look for, and you know they want you to write your own shit.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor's a songwriter though. She writes her own stuff.
I
Same thing with his album.
Care about Taylor Swift?
Taylor like
Fuck her.
you probably listen to some of her music.
I don't even know a song by Taylor Swift.
You don't know "Shake It Off"?
No.
Shake it off.
Mariah Carey?
I'm about to say,
No,
that's the
not
only
that
shit off,
one.
you know.
Because that's the only Shake It Off.
Well,
I
I
like that Taylor Swift.
That
song.
Shake It Off and them niggas from Harlem. That's how we got.
Y'all gotta get more cultured.
You
That
don't even
ain't
know
our
her song.
I know at least one.
I expect that from you know she's Towson, bro. She tells
You know what?
Taylor must feel she like all everybody. Like there's like other no, come on, we gotta like know other artists. Like y'all ain't know some of the other artists that were there.
I know Justin Timberlake.
I would have given
Of
that.
course you wanna know him.
He white.
If it wasn't Beyonce, I would have given that award to Bad Bunny. He's had one of the biggest years.
That's
Yeah,
But
Bad Bunny
but B
Bad
Shirley
Bunny
got
is
that.
handsome.
How you win?
Very handsome.
How you win awards in 4 different categories for 3 different songs off that album, and then don't even win an album?
Because she don't write her own shit.
That is not why.
That has nothing to do
She
with
be
it.
sampling
That
too
is
much.
not why.
You had 100 songwriters. You can't get above you with 100+ songwriters.
Yeah, you can.
Where Harry Styles only had 4, including himself. Like you can't. That's how. I mean, I read an article while they were saying
I know 100 songs. What would you?
they well, you know, I think they said she had a good amount of song, like sampling songwriters, this and that on there.
It's all good though. Shout out to her. He's still showing love.
But you know who's
making
gonna?
excuses for them white people that didn't want her.
No, I'm just saying. This is. I read this article. People were trying to
You need to read
see
the article
like.
about the voters that voted for this category, saying that there's certain artists that we don't listen to their music and we think they get enough attention as it is, so we don't vote for them. And we know exactly who those people are.
But you know, if you really think about it, if you actually go through the list of Grammys that Beyonce has won, they are really in a very small categories, R&B or contemporary R&B, traditional, like they're not in the.
We know how they do.
Yeah. She hasn't won any of the big. I think she
We're
won.
gonna give you a lot of these little ones, but not the big one. Because
Right.
One time for Song of the Year with Put a Ring on It, which I definitely think should have gotten that.
that was the one that
that's
goddamn Kanye got up there on the stage for Taylor Swift. That was a global phenom, and they gave it to that girl. Even Kanye was like, "I'm off the hill."
I know Taylor had some
Y'all do this in front of me.
PTSD because she was
need to
standing up
have
for
PTSD.
Harry Styles and somebody screamed out, "Beyonce should have won" or something like that. So she like, "Here it go again."
You go again.
Cause we don't fuck with her, man.
Y'all
But
be
you know-
fucking Beyonce like that.
Listen,
I think Beyonce is everything that they say she is.
Beyonce.
I'm just not a stan.
One of my favorite songs by her
planet,
is
but-
"Dangerously in Love."
Yeah, I love that. That's a Beyonce I would like to
Part 2.
be. Part 2? Is it
Yeah.
part 2? Oh.
Yeah, she got "Dangerously in Love" part 1, and then she got the part
Me,
2.
myself, and I is one of my favorite Beyonce songs. I want her to get back to the
I can
ballads.
see, I can
Like,
see that. You look like you just be in the mirror. Cause I got me, myself, and I.
that's all I got in the head. That's what I found.
God damn, you
No,
sound like Michelle.
that was song. That was.
Sorry.
Oh, speaking of Beyonce, did y'all hear about the pastor? I forgot. You know what? Let me look her up real quick because she came out and said, if you Christians go to Beyonce concert, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Because you went to
What you got
Christian.
against B?
What's that, Aaron? Do you know what I'm talking about? 'Cause you know you always got
There's
this.
gonna be some Christians.
They gonna put us in
What's her
Facebook
name?
jail too, right? Wrong
Hell
shit.
yeah.
I think she was talking about because of the prices or something.
No, she's talking because of like how Beyonce stuff. She's Illuminati and all that.
I didn't listen to her. I only seen like a quick.
listening to that. Illuminati.
They said she's like a witch or something. Oh. Wait. Wait, who's the? I'm trying to look at her name, but it was not.
I know the old bodyguard came out. He about to start spilling some stuff about him.
How you pronounce her name? Look at it.
What?
Right there, Tiffany, whatever.
Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Yeah, Montgomery.
Why she spell like that?
You know, black
You
people
know,
try to
I
make
was
shit
about to
look more
say.
sophisticated.
I got a whole.
But yeah, she was the one who said if you are a Christian, you plan to go to Beyonce's concert. Well, no, you're not a Christian, and she rebukes you. So Christians,
She a hater.
you can't go to Beyonce concert if you're a Christian. 'Cause you're
Man,
not
listen,
Christian.
all them Christians is gonna be right up in there shaking.
And she was
ass
very.
and
I
all
wish I
that.
had the audio. I don't have it, but she was very bold in her statement too.
Forget her. We showing love. Y'all go have fun at them Beyonce.
Even though you
That's
spend
Beyonce.
like a stat now, the
You
ticket
bugging
prices
out.
is crazy.
I ain't gonna front.
Some people got them. Like I had a client who was talking to me about the other day. She got hers like $300, but she said like 2 rows. It was already like $900. Just 2 rows in front of her.
You
It's
know,
crazy.
shout out to them.
Yeah,
man.
but yeah.
But you know, we spreading love because this episode is about love, all right, and how you show love not only to yourself but to others.
Yeah, because you know how you like you telling people not to like be sad on Valentine's Day and don't give themselves flowers and pretend like somebody else got them. You know what? Go ahead and give yourself flowers and pretend somebody else got them. For you show love to yourself. You ain't got to front. You ain't got to front.
No,
that's front that somebody else got. You can say
You
you
can say you got it for
Facts,
yourself.
yeah, like don't not front. Like just be happy that you know what, if this is a traditional thing for you because you've been single and niggas don't make the cut up until it's okay. Like I feel as though a lot of like they're just so set on wanting to be able to have something to post on Valentine's Day.
That too, and I think also too, we just gotta talk about the culture in general about like just like having somebody and like it's I don't know, it's like this negative thing to kind of be single and single and then be happy, but beyond that, I'm just like, again, we talk about love and wanting love, but how does it like? Do we show it? Do we show this the very same thing that we desire? That's how I think is like the energy that works in the universe. I can't get love if I don't show love. I feel it to myself and other people.
Cost nothing to show love, nigga.
I know y'all.
Don't cost nobody to show love, nigga.
So I wanted to ask the people. Shout out to y'all Mixxeners.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my Mixxeners can't answer because again I'm on restrictions. So
yeah, shout out to the Mixxeners, man.
Shout out to
Definitely
the Mixxeners.
appreciate you guys for the answers that y'all submitted.
So I
Appreciate y'all.
wanted to ask people, how do you show love to yourself and others? This person said gifts. That's always cool. This other person said, I send random messages of affirmation and praises to my closest friends. That's awesome. I like that. This other person said, I show love by spoiling the people I love, whether that be with gifts or time. Okay. Y'all know your love language, by the way? I see a lot of people saying gifts, affirmation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know mine.
You know your love language, okay.
Mm-hmm.
For people who don't know their love language, there's so many quizzes online to see what your love language is because it's really important to know that. I think, and like, especially if you're in a relationship. But this other person said, I give myself and my friends facials. I love facials. It's been a long time.
Yeah, that's dope.
This other person said, by practicing self-control and being courteous of my peers. This other person said, I show love to myself and others through my art. This person said, I try to listen to my loved ones. If you notice, they tell you what will make them happy. Okay. This other person said, acts of service for others. For examples, I will make you breakfast before I leave for work that day, or for the day. That's very sweet. This other person said, letting them know they matter. And whoever that, I'm assuming whoever you're gonna let know they matter. And that was it. So shout out to our Mixxeners.
Shout out to the Mixxeners, man.
They're very sweet, very small, simple things, but really sweet. So, John, how do y'all show love to yourselves and others? Not that y'all right now here demanding love because you just said fuck love at the beginning of the episode, but
yeah, I definitely don't demand love. Showing love for myself though, taking care of myself mentally, physically, spiritually. I show love to myself. I want to be able to, when I reach a certain age, still feel like I'm in the best shape possible. I look good. Mentally, I feel good. That's why I cut back on certain things, as far as like drinking, certain things that I eat. I ain't gonna front. When I was in Atlanta, shout out to Slutty Vegan. Oh my God.
I see you said it was fire.
Bro, 10 for 10.
I agree.
10 for 10.
I agree.
Like,
the best vegan.
I got this sandwich called One Night Stand.
What's it made out of?
Fire. It's made out of love.
No, but the fries, I had the same one.
The fries is fire too,
really
but it
good.
had like some type of vegan bacon, vegan patty, lettuce, tomatoes.
The sauce?
Yeah, the sauce was amazing. Like
The slutty sauce, I think is what it's called.
Man, I'm gonna check out these sluts.
Yeah,
It's one coming. Yeah, you're gonna get slutty. You're gonna lose your virginity because I lost mine. You got your lost your virginity.
They took mine. Yeah, they definitely called
They
me.
wasn't coming DC, so
I'm not going on the first day that it opens though, because that shit is gonna be ridiculous.
it was just like how I was about to say Roscoe's for some reason. What the hell is the chicken spot in Towson? Raising Cane. That line was wrapped when it first, like, I didn't know people, must have got like that. But okay.
But yeah, outside of that, man, just as you get older, because I'm be 35 this year, and I know, right? Getting close to you pushing 40.
You're right, I am.
I look at things in a different light as far as health wise and everything. And yeah, man, and just staying true to myself. Every day what I do is, that person, they said that they send out daily affirmations to everyone. So what I do is I follow a pastor on Twitter, and every single morning I always post, his message of the day. And I'm sure not only does it.
This one pastor everybody follow.
Pastor West.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to follow him. Is he
Hell
from
yeah.
Baltimore? Is he from-
Yeah, he's that's who I go to on Sundays.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not too far from your job too.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, I think for me, I don't think about myself, you know, when I read it, because I'm like, it hits for me, but I know it'll also hit for somebody else. And it does. So, and I think for me, man, just like showing love to others, supporting my peoples, you know, whatever, you know, I know you've shared things with me about your dreams and aspirations with things. I supported you with that. You know, see, he does the same thing. I support him with that. So just being a very supportive friend, and knowing that whatever you tell me that you want to accomplish, I'm right there to be like, you're going to, like, it's going to happen. So, yeah, man, just really showing love and just being there. And even if, like, you're going through something, like, I have a friend right now who's just, like, mentally, I don't know what headspace she's been in, but, you know, I constantly tell her, like, you know, hey, whenever you need an ear, I'm here for you. So just being, you know, try to be as very supportive as I can and loving as I can, and just let them know that the love is still there no matter what.
Okay. Good answer.
Me, so first question is how do I show myself love? I do show myself love by taking care of myself. You know, like Kid Six was just saying, I've learned more of what that means now. Like, you know, like physically, like, you know, I work out more. I mentally take care of myself more. I'm spiritually taking care of myself more. One of the things I want to emphasize too is that I try to eat a lot of good food. Like food that's good for you and food that I just really, really enjoy too.
Yeah.
Because that, like, I almost was gonna say it was a love language, like eating food, but that's like, you know,
That's my love language.
that is one of the things.
Yeah.
How do I show love? I definitely show love by like a certain level of attentiveness, because I feel like when you do, like, when you show love, you got friends, family members, whoever, and you care for them a lot, you pay attention to a lot of stuff, and then you can learn a lot of stuff so that you can learn how to show them love in their love languages, and even in ways that you know that they may need to be shown love. Like when you can almost pick up a sixth sense with certain people where it's like, all right, I know that this person is normally like this, but right now they like this. I know them well enough to know that they acting like this because they probably hungry. They probably tired, or they probably stressed, or this, and I know them well enough, and then you can adjust to that stuff when they need you. They can lean on you when they need to. You can lean on them when they need to, and it's reciprocal. But that attentiveness is one of the best things, because I feel like that's a good enough umbrella of a way to show love, where you can then add in the other love languages and stuff to it too. You know, because you ask do we know our love languages? I feel like my number one is probably quality time, and then I've been learning that I do really well with words of affirmation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, at least in showing, in the way that I would like love to be shown towards me, I know quality time is a good way. But then I've also learned with myself that words of affirmation is a great way for me to show love to other people.
You can have a mix.
Words of affirmation is my number one, and quality time is number two for
What's
me.
this word affirmation? Quality time, acts of service, and physical.
Physical, and then
Wait, that's the 4. It's only 4.
no, it's 5.
What's the 5th one?
The 5th one is
I should know this.
Wait, what was the 4 you said?
Acts of
acts of
service,
service.
affirmations, quality time, physical, and then
Gifts.
gifts.
Yeah.
Isn't that acts of service though? Or maybe not.
Nah.
Okay. Like I'm thinking definitely mine's acts of service. But yeah, I think you guys mentioned that the major ones, like taking care of yourself, like physically, you know, mentally, spiritually. But one thing I noticed, which is so hard to show love to yourself, and we always talk about it, we are in the time of social media, and when you're comparing yourselves to other people, when they're, you know, people are just going to post their quote unquote best versions of themselves, and you feel like you don't amount, you're not doing enough with your life. And what's the quote when they say, like, comparison is a thief of joy? Didn't they say that? You guys heard that quote?
Yeah, I have.
What?
Because I've said it to you before.
What was I comparing? Oh, who was I comparing for you to say that? I probably was, but.
Drake.
Well, I'm saying you compare that, but like with yourself, like you're comparing yourself to other people, and we tend to seek external validation, right, from like other people. When we, you want to try to turn that inward. How do you increase your self-esteem and boost your self-confidence and reduce your self-doubts and reduce overthinking and, like you said, not comparing yourself to others? So I also think that's a way to show love, and that's being kind to yourself too, and understanding if you're not where you want to be in life, you can get there, instead of focusing on the things that you don't have. But what do you do have? Instead of focusing on the things that's not working well in your life, but what's working well in your life. And that's one of the modalities that I use with my clients. It's like positive psychology, solution focus. Sometimes we tend to focus on the issues and we don't focus so much on the solutions and your strengths versus your weaknesses. So I think that's one big way to show love to yourself. Outside of just like the typical things that we do, and showing love to others. The major thing is the way you want to be treated. Treat other people. That's just kind of in a nutshell. I feel like a lot of people do things to other people where you wouldn't want somebody to do that to you.
Right.
Whether it's people you know or even people you don't know. I see people who are so mean to homeless people. Like, what if that were you in that situation? Would you want somebody to treat you like that, or even somebody you know? Every time, again, I don't know what they're gonna do with the money, but anytime I can give what I give or buy. I don't know. This is real funny though. One time I bought a homeless guy a meal. He was like, I ain't getting no drink. I'm like, sir.
That made me think about, how a scary movie. She was like, oh, can't you see he's hungry? Nigga said, I said $1, bitch.
Like, I was really shocked. And I went back and got him a drink. Like, I was back, but it was the audacity. Like, hold on, put your whole, it was Boston Market too. It was right in Charleston. Boston Market. I'll never forget it. And I was real bold to ask for a drink too. Man, I get it. He's like, I don't eat all this food, no drink. I'm like, bruh, I wasn't supposed to supply all that, but I think the big thing is just, again, treat people how you want to be treated.
Facts. I always thought it was always corny to do foul shit to homeless people, even if you're not gonna give them anything, wild laugh in their face, or it's just certain shit that you don't necessarily need to do. If you're going to do an act of service, just do it and keep it pushing. Don't get anyone to record you and do it because it's not genuine.
Right.
At that moment, you just doing it so you can show it off and be like, oh yeah, I did my good deed for the day. No, bro, you just.
Right, and you have a lot of people with social media doing
that.
Yeah,
it's everything got to be for social media, and it really doesn't.
And you guys mentioned, you have friends who, they got small businesses. Go out, support your friends. And anyway, just show up, Not to say you're going to be there for anything, but just know that your friends can count on you, your family. Like you guys mentioned about being attentive. No one makes people smile. If you can put a smile on somebody's face, it's a quote they say, if you see someone with a smile, give them one of yours. That was a little funny, but I like that.
Hey, sometimes you can come around for the smile. Why you mean smile? Why you always want me to smile for you people beyond that?
I mean, no, but sometimes you gotta read the room. Sometimes people are not having great days, and you want to make people feel better, but oftentimes you gotta allow people to be in their space, and that's cool too. But
also too, just because they're not smiling doesn't mean that they're not in a good mood.
Oh, that's true. That's
you
sometimes
could be in a great mood, and you don't have to smile. You could feel good.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean that you think you better than somebody or anything like that. Yeah, I'm being personal with it, because anytime I don't smile, that's the first thing I always hear. Oh, you must think you better than everybody.
Yeah, I don't know how to make that correlation.
I don't either. It's so crazy to me. I'm like, bro, what? Nigga, you not even smiling. How you coming at me for not smiling and you not smiling? How does that even make sense?
But I think with the quote is just again, just being kind, to others, and you never know that what people are going through. So just making sure to keep that in mind when you're going about your day.
It's funny because my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off. It's funny because anytime I'm on the phone, when I get a representative or something, when they ask me how I'm doing, I know it catches them off guard when I ask them how they're doing because they have like that awkward pause.
Yeah.
Because I know that they don't ever expect anyone to ask how they're doing. So I'd be like, oh, okay, hey, how are you doing, Bridget? You know, how's your day going? And they'll be like, well, my day is fine. And I'll be like, no one's never really asked you how you're doing, huh? And they're like, no, they just jump right into it.
Because
So,
they look, it's like people are just, I get it. With
I don't
like
ask them how they're
stress.
doing unless they piss me off, like, and they be like, hey, how are you doing? That's so good because I just got transferred 8 times.
It does get frustrating.
Facts.
It do get frustrating, but yeah, like I said, it's kind of being mindful of like how you are and how you respond to other people, and what else? I mean, you guys kind of touched on some of the other things of how you can really show love to other people. But another thing I really want to touch on with this, because again, people feel like they need to be validated. Like if I don't have anybody, what's wrong with me? And you know, this is a day that can be very sad for many people, and that's why I'm like, yo, it's okay to love on yourself. And I feel like a lot of people just don't. We had an episode, Love Yours. I'm on episode 1.
Yeah, that was
1 or
wild.
2.
That's why I had to
Yeah.
Love Yours.
You know, check out that episode. We kind of just talking about loving on yourself, and I really feel like people. That's probably why they kind of overcompensate on social media because of that. Because deep down, they're really going through it, and I feel a lot of people haven't really tapped in to know like how do I really show love to myself. And I'm telling you, when you vibrating on that energy, it's different. You're not going to do those type of like look at me posts and all that.
Because
Like,
you be looking very desperate on social media doing that shit. Like, stop looking like a pick me person. Just relax.
But you know, but not to get on them though, because again, it's kind of the culture that's surrounded that it's like people kind of get caught up in that. So I just want to tell people like it's okay to be single, it's okay to be in a relationship, it's okay to be in whatever ship you're in. But we talked about certain things with that, but if a lot of people are not being harmed with that, then that's another thing. But anyway, just knowing how to again just show love to yourself and showing love to others, and I feel when that happens, like you will be more equipped to like accept the same kind of love that you're desperately wanting.
Yeah.
When you do that, I feel like a lot of, and some people are not even really ready for that either.
That's a whole fact, and that's why it hasn't come to you, because you're not ready for that. And like clearly, if you got to jump to social media every single time, then you're not ready for it. You have people out here that just like constantly just expose their business every single time, whether it's they haven't been on a date, and then, or if somebody missed a date, or if somebody texts what you doing, and then they want a screenshot. Look at this person texting me what you doing. And be like, bro, this is exactly why niggas don't want to fuck with you now. Because you got to take everything to social media. Everything. Like,
that
damn.
ain't cool.
It's not.
So, when I said you hear days like today, and I was like, you hear it all the time about what people want. And I'm like, yeah, we ask for a lot. Do we give it? And that's what prompted my roundtable mix question. So, folks, when you asking for anything, make sure that you can give it, right? So if you want love, you need love, can I have love? Are you showing love? Are you showing love? Are you giving love? Because I guarantee you when you're doing that, you'll be more equipped to receive it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Listen, man, that was a good roundtable mix question of the day.
Thank
you. Mixxeners for all those that are getting the love this week, who, are officially getting love on Valentine's Day.
What is officially getting love?
Because you're not the
relationship?
the side chicks or the side dude,
they
get love either the day before or the day after.
You was really getting on people last year about Valentine's for the same thing.
Yup. Because it's still going on. It's a continuation.
Did you guys see all these same posts you're speaking of like today? Because again, I didn't see much, so I don't know what y'all saw today.
I'm not restricted on anything. So.
I can still view it. I just can't. My post is not going to show up like that.
No, of course I've seen them. I can see people on their stories.
Some people call you a hater, like, oh, you hating.
What am I hating on somebody's misery because they're single?
Oh, not just that, the people who just be doing too much with the they can be next to their partner, they doing all the Valentine's Day stuff as if you're not laying next to your partner.
Texting each other like, oh, look, my babe said that. Like, okay, then you in the bed with them. What the fuck? Why are you even on social media?
Because they have, again, these are people, in both ways, they're looking for the external validation. People love, I just never knew that people would like to be validated.
Yes, and those be the same ones that be extremely miserable with that person. They be trying to get on here and be looking for relationship goals, and it's just like, bro, I know y'all not happy with each other. Behind closed doors, you
A lot
probably
of times
cannot.
it's like that. I told you it was a study where they did a couple couples who they taking pictures of them, they were smiling, and they asked these couples, what was y'all doing right before we took the picture? A lot of them say, yo, we was arguing, like
Yeah.
for real,
You can
like
see it in
arguing,
their
but
face.
we faked it real quick just for this pic.
You can see it in their face, yo. Like, oh my gosh.
So yeah, so again, like as I said last year, like y'all don't get caught up in that stuff. Like
At
just
all.
keep
Show
it
some
to
love.
yourself.
nigga.
Show some love. I'm
It don't
telling
cost you
you.
nothing to show somebody love.
Do people volunteer anymore these days? Like people don't be volunteering, like like charities, like things like that. I'm guaranteed it's gonna make you feel so much better instead of kind of focusing again on what you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Show people like how can I like get in the mix,
Yeah.
get in the mix and start showing love to people. Some
Show
people feel better.
somebody some
Hell
love.
yeah, man.
What's the last nice gesture y'all did for somebody?
Let me see. Cause I know I did a nice gesture this morning.
Okay.
I gave one of my coworkers breakfast. Like walk in the door with my breakfast. It's like, damn, I ain't about to give you no breakfast. Here you go.
That was sweet.
I've done something.
That was nice.
I think the last gesture I did was actually just a matter of fact, yeah, it was just a very an appreciative gift. And it wasn't anything big, but it was just like, I appreciate you. And again, it's the things that you notice about somebody, like y'all had mentioned, being attentive and whatnot. And, they were very appreciative of it. And, yeah, I'll say that.
What's a nice, like the last nice thing? I feel like I do a lot of too many nice things, honestly. Let's see. I have to really think on this one.
How you want to ask the question and then?
No, I know because I really didn't have like the last like actual like nice gesture that I've done. But I feel like it's a lot. But I really try to advocate for my I call myself the people's champion at work for my team. I love to advocate for them if I feel like they don't have a voice. So my supervisors like or CEOs like y'all gotta get back in the office and I really was trying to explain to him why we should stay on a hybrid, but unfortunately that's not gonna happen. Maybe not. Maybe like April. We still in February, so we'll see. But they were and speaking of my I actually did do for them. I gave them like all the gift cards and actual like cards, not just the gift card. I actually went out and bought cards to put the gift cards in, and I handwritten in them like I appreciate you guys, like y'all been a great staff, and so that's that. I can say the nicest thing I did.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. So show love. This is episode 112. All right. This is very, very fitting. Showing love and then 112. Damn, that's your title episode right there, man. Until next time, y'all. It's your big dog kid 6 Chi-Town's finest, Carlton, your dig, and your girl Leah, aka the therapist, and always behind the scenes, so effing classy, aka so effing crafty, aka so effing glassy. Until next time, we out of here.
In the mix, in the mix, in the mix, Carlton, Leah, Kid 6 in the mix.